Okay, sorry. Hello. Hey.
Here we are.
It's going. Yeah. Right. I mean, I thought I played 3 good games, and then my nerves failed me. I mean, in game 4, and also I think in the tiebreak as well, unfortunately. But I found a way to win, luckily.
Yeah, where to even begin?
There was that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, in game 4, I did everything wrong. So first of all, in game 4, the line that we played in this like King's Indian, it's probably just winning. I mean, I'm sure the computer says it's like +2 or something, but considering that Fabiano has nothing to lose, I mean, it's just not really what I wanted in general with the position. Because basically I have to be very aggressive and just like blow him off the board. But I'm already up 1 point, so it's like there was this indecision, and then it all kind of just went very wrong in the middle here. I mean, I think even here it's still very good, but yeah, right around here, I suspect white is still much better, but it's just like, I mean, in a rapid game, especially where you don't have time and black's ideas are very obvious, it's just very, very tricky to play.
But you showed excellent composure at the right moments as well. I mean, in that blitz.
I don't know. I mean, D4 was probably the worst move I played in the whole tournament in the first blitz game. And Fabiano missed a win at the end of game 1 with knight F6 check and rook H8, and I can just resign.
No,
I don't think
it's holdable. It's holdable.
It's not?
Yeah, it's holdable.
No, we thought it's still very much game on. Yeah, we saw it, but we didn't think white is maybe even. I don't know which pieces to take, but like in this position.
But I can't take C5, or I can. Take some bishop H6, and I assume that in a blitz game I'm probably going to lose this, but maybe.
No, but something like rook A2 maybe in this position. I don't know if you're even necessarily doing all that poorly.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, it's a fair point, but the thing is, already I had such a beautiful position out of the opening. Like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I just forgot he could go bishop D2 after D4, and it's just like, I mean, if I play any move except D4, I'm just better, and I have like an extra minute and a half on the clock, and I should just win. But like D4 and then I mean, then again, it's the wrong kind of position. I'm up a pawn, but white is a great knight, all kinds of attacking ideas, and I was very lucky to survive this after I played D4.
Yeah,
you did. What can you say? How did you feel when you saw his rook c6? Had you spotted already it doesn't work, or was it a shock?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, I already knew that before D4. Like, I knew how this opening was very good, so I felt like I was building the advantage. And then to play D4 and throw it away, like, I felt like everything was sort of starting to spiral out of control. So I was very happy to see rook c6 because, I mean, if white just waits, I think practically speaking, it's much easier for white to play, probably.
Apparently, after
F3,
F2,
we
F3.
were told white is better.
Yeah,
well,
no
that's
idea
kind of the point.
why.
F3 or king H2, or you just kind of you sit on the position, and I don't know what black is supposed to do. I mean, black is fine, of course, but in a blitz game, it's, I mean, very, very hard to find the moves. So yeah, I was very happy to see that.
No, but the question was, when you were playing knight f8, were you aware of rook takes c6? Did it shock you, or did you sort of know already this might happen and it doesn't work?
No, of course I saw it. I saw it because if I don't go knight f8, it's also a threat, right?
Yeah, it is a threat. Yeah,
Yeah. No, so I saw that knight f8 stopped it, but also the thing is, on my move, I realized he could go knight f6 or knight g5. So I also, like, I kind of had to find a way to stop both the ideas, and that's sort of how I arrived at knight f8. But yeah, it was very, very messy. So I was very happy to see rook takes c6 because, I mean, I already felt like it was everything had started slipping away from me in the match, honestly.
So go on, Peter. Go on.
No, and the final blitz game was also a bit messy, I guess, from a very comfortable position out of the opening. I mean, that endgame must be quite unpleasant to begin with.
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I mean, it's very tricky here because I also had the decision: do I play bishop c6 or do I just play like rook d1, swap pawns, and go queen e2, and just keep it very solid, which I think objectively is a better try again, because with bishop c6, if it doesn't work, I'm just going to lose a pawn, or even the resulting endgames, I could just end up being worse. So I think from a practical standpoint, bishop c6 was very wrong, even though it's completely fine objectively. I mean, I should have just gone rook d1, c6 takes, knight 6, queen e2, and be like, who cares? I mean, it's just so stupid to.
Yeah, this is what we expected. Yeah.
And I mean, okay, black is obviously fine, but in a must-win game, symmetrical pawn structure, like, it's just very hard for black to do anything. So to go bishop c6 was, I mean, absolutely insane. Luckily, I think it's still okay, but it was not clear to me that it was okay.
We were surprised he took on d5. Maybe he missed something. We thought some, I don't know, queen e6 or some move, and who knows.
Yeah, but queen e6, can't I go queen d1?
Yeah, and then maybe just bishop f8 and play this position and
some bishop a3.
Bishop a3.
Bishop a3 now. Yeah, maybe it's still holding. Yeah.
So
yeah, but I mean, but the whole thing, like, I mean, why do I allow this? It's just like, because if I make one wrong move here, I'm just going to end up in a lost endgame where he has like 2 bishops. Like, this is why, like, I mean, I felt that my nerves were not very good, especially in this game.
Can I ask you a question about, because Hikaru, you've played all the biggest blitz or classical playoffs that have been played, right? I mean, you've been there and got the t-shirt. Have you found this one particularly nerve-wracking compared to other tournaments? Because you were so visibly emotional, especially in game 4. Is there a different kind of nerves that you're experiencing here compared to live tournaments or other tournaments?
You know, I don't know if it's that so much as, honestly, maybe I shouldn't say this because it probably helps my opponents a bit, but I feel like whenever I play these blitz or rapid events, that I feel this great pressure that, like, I always have to, like, finish first or basically play Magnus in the final match. And if I don't do that, I just don't feel, I feel like I've failed in a way. So I think because of that, when I messed up game 4, I was very, very upset because normally I just, when I have the white piece, especially in a game where I just need to draw, I very rarely let the game even get interesting. So I was just very, very upset with myself. And maybe it's just, yeah, I felt more pressure perhaps because I really, really want to make the final of this, if not win, especially for all the fans on Twitch.
And let me ask you what might seem like a really silly question, but would you prefer Magnus or Ding in the final? Because Ding has played particularly interestingly this tournament, actually. He's been quite a difficult opponent for a lot of players. And Magnus is Magnus, of course, and if he brings his A game, no question. But have you got a preference of who you'd rather?
I mean, I think the way that I put it is this. From a mathematical standpoint, Magnus, if he's playing at his absolute best, is better than anyone else in the world. There's no doubt about that. So because of that, in general, you would prefer to play somebody else just because the odds are that he could play at that level. Having said that, you know, it's weird because with Ding Liren, I feel like really up until probably this tournament in India that I played him, the Grand Chester last year, I felt like in Blitz and Rapid, I pretty much just like was on cruise control. And there was one game in particular, the game that I played in the I think it was in the Blitz portion against Ding Liren. It was a Nimzo Indian where I was white, and he actually defended extremely well and was able to turn the game. It ended up in a draw because I was able to swindle him at the end. But I felt that he's significantly improved. And even when I played him in this event as well, I feel like he's playing Rapid and Blitz at a much higher level than he was in the past. So obviously, from a general standpoint, you just assume that Magnus is capable of playing at his absolute best. So probably I prefer Ding, but again, I wouldn't say that I have a strong preference either way. I'm just really excited to be playing in the final.
Yeah, congratulations. It was just a superb match. My favorite match of the tournament, actually, so far. It was so many ups and downs, so many interesting positions. And you...
Yeah, I think we got very lucky today because this is the first match with the race stakes, the first proper knockout match of the tournament. And I think it definitely is in terms of, the intrigue and the drama. It's by far the most interesting one we've seen so far. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to add one other thing. Can I add one other thing?
Sure.
One thing that really surprised me is Fabiano, as we all know, he's a very, very strong player with the white pieces, especially. And it felt that Fabiano did not really bring great prep with white, which normally when I played Fabiano, like let's just say when I played him in the Grand Chess Tour in London 2 years ago in December, he was putting the pressure on me with white in the first couple of games. Obviously, it was right after the World Championship. But it felt to me that in this match, he wasn't putting pressure on me with white. And because of that, I felt much more comfortable than I usually do against him. Because it felt like, the first black game, maybe I was in trouble for a move or two, but he didn't do anything special. And then the second black game as well, he got into a bad...
Yeah, I actually wanted to discuss that one with you a little bit because we were frankly shocked at his decision not to at least attempt to repeat with Bishop e6.
What do you mean? Yeah. So this is the other thing. Like at this point, I was thinking, what I was gonna do first of all, because I think I was down maybe 2 minutes on the clock, was I was gonna repeat once. People who follow me on Twitch know the term. I say I'm gonna tickle him. So I'd go like Bishop h7, Bishop f5, Bishop g8, Bishop e6, and then I would think. My general impression was that I probably was gonna play on with Bishop takes e6 and Knight f4. But I wasn't convinced that it's really that great for black.
Yeah, exactly. I think this trade just has to favor white tremendously compared in particular to what he got in the game. So
yeah,
was
but
just
I still think black might even be better if you can put the knight on d5 at some point. Like, where's your rook going?
I think I'm taking with the queen and going queen g4, to be honest. I think getting that queen over to the other half.
This one, yeah, and queen g4, right.
And
yeah,
I want
actually,
to
no, I did see this, and I wasn't so convinced, but I still think bishop b6, and it's
yeah, I think I want to.
I think.
I probably want to get the knights off via knight h5. I mean, knight f5 might be a threat, so you might have to pay attention to knight f5.
Yeah,
here.
actually, you know, I think, to be honest, that's what Fabiano missed. I think he missed that I had knight h4 when he didn't repeat, because he missed this idea where I can force the knights off the board. Because if I get the knights off like this, then his knight on g3 is bad, and the two bishops are incredible.
No, from that moment on, it was more or less plain sailing. Yeah.
Yeah, he missed knight h4, I think. Because without knight h4, it's completely fine for white. Like knight f4, even just like, I mean, knight e2, and it's very tricky still. But he missed knight h4, and after knight h4, it's just, I mean, just lights out, I think. So yeah, this was, I was very happy with this game.
Yeah, that was a lot of drama. Now you can lean back tomorrow, Hikaru, wait for your finals opponent, and we'll see you there. Looking forward to watching the finals. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well played.
See you on Sunday.